Yeah. And this one goes out to you and you and you. It's the EBS podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. And today is a good day. Yeah. Yo. This is your boy G, and this is the EBS podcast, the Educated Black Siblings.
And we back. Yeah.
First episode of 2018. I don't remember the number. What number episode is this?
11?
It's gotta be 12.
12. We're past 10.
It's all good though, but appreciate that intro music, the nice smooth jazz stylings of Ice Cube.
Now, why, Gilbert, would we have played that song
We
this
are
morning?
playing that song this morning because today is January 20th where we're recording this. And for those of you that do not know, my sister and I celebrate a national holiday every year on January 20th called Good Day.
It's good day, y'all.
The reason we celebrate today as Good Day is because some internet sleuths took all the lyrics to Ice Cube's song Today Was a Good Day, and they looked at all the events that he said happened, the blimp flying over, the Lakers winning, him having a beeper, all of that stuff. They took all of that and they lined it up and they said, this is the only day in history in which all of those things happen. Is that true? Is it validated? I don't know.
But we don't celebrate it.
We're going to celebrate Good Day every January 20th,
Every
baby.
single one. So happy good day.
Happy
to
good day.
everybody out there in podcast land.
Yeah.
Woo! Man, so how you been, Gilbert?
Man, I'm good.
It's been a while.
It has been a while. For first-time listeners, before we get into all that, this is the Educated Black Siblings podcast. My name is G. To my left is my sister. Introduce yourself.
I'm Lindsay.
That's Lindsay. We're educated. We both graduated from Baylor University. We're black, lots of melanin.
All the melanin. I have extra.
We have extra melanin. We're dark skinned. And we're siblings. So on this podcast, what we do is we jump in. We talk about world events, stuff that's going on, more serious topics up front. And then we dive into the entertainment world. And then every podcast, we have a top 5 list. Today, we're going to do our top 5 things that we're looking forward to entertainment-wise in 2018.
Which I'm excited for. This is going to be a good list. This is going to be a good chit-chat we're about to have.
I think so. But again, Sister asked how I've been doing. Podcast has been a little inconsistent over the last month. The last one we did was in December. We usually release every other week, so I guess we're not that far off from where we're supposed to be.
Just understand that things happen in life. One of those being, I was deathly ill.
I was very ill.
We were both sick. Like, I've been sick since like December 1st, so I'm just now coming around. And I don't know if y'all have ever had a double ear infection, but let me tell you, not fun. But yeah,
It's just a whole head infection.
Just literally the whole top half of my body just didn't work.
That's fair.
It was rough, but we here, we good, we breathing. Check this out. I can hear you. Like, it feels good.
So we're back, and
we back.
Look, check this out. We're back. What we want you to do is go to iTunes or the Google Play Store or whatever your podcast app is that you use and subscribe to the podcast. You can go to YouTube and subscribe. Just search Educated Black Siblings. We're the only educated black siblings
that have ever lived.
That have ever existed.
The only ones.
It'll come up, subscribe. The reason I say that is because hopefully we get back to a regular schedule. That's what we're trying to do every other week. But if we happen to not, if you subscribe, you'll always be in the loop. We appreciate everybody that's out there that's been listening to us. I hate throwing numbers out there, but I'm just letting you know we're 85 strong right now for subscribers. And I know some people listen that don't subscribe, so the community is growing, so we really appreciate it. Share the podcast, subscribe. Let's get into it. Lindsay, other than being sick, how you been?
I've been good, man. I've been good. Listen, New Year, same me.
New Year, same me,
New
baby.
Year, same me. Hey, New Year, same us. This is what I'm going to say. 2017, I know, like, social-wise, like, society, year was kind of crappy. But personally, I had a good 2017. So I'm coming out 2018 swinging. Don't come mess with me because I'm ready. I'm going to hit you in the head. Like, I'm conquering, taking over. So I feel good. I'm excited. I got like an extra bounce in my step. I feel real good, but I haven't been up to much. Like I said, I've been nursing myself back to life, and I'm here and I'm good.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I was alive in 2017, but I did not have a particularly good 2017.
You know,
but
2018
coming strong.
It's for you.
I'm gonna enjoy my life this year. That's what I'm gonna do.
That's what you got to do.
We're ready.
You got to do.
Speaking of enjoying your life, you know who wasn't enjoying their life for about an hour or so, about a week ago?
Who?
Everyone in Hawaii.
Oh my God. When I tell you I read that news story and lost my mind. These poor people.
Tell the people what happened.
So essentially there was an alert that was sent out to the people in Hawaii that was like, hey y'all, just so you know, you need to go ahead and take cover because there's a missile coming straight your way, about to obliterate everything. So people freaked out, started running, hiding, calling loved ones, thought they're about to die. And legit, was it an hour after they sent it out the first time?
They said it was about an hour.
Then they were like, oh.
Just kidding.
Just kidding. It was a test.
And what makes that crazy is because we're going to talk about North Korea a little bit later, but a lot of people, when North Korea is talking about their missiles and all that stuff, a lot of people get worried that they're going to shoot something towards the U.S. mainland, which is unrealistic, right? By the time a missile from North Korea made it here, we would have already shot it down, which, I mean, has other implications, right, for the environment and all that good stuff. We don't know what will happen if you detonate a nuclear bomb in the atmosphere, so that's neither here nor there. But what people forget to realize is that Hawaii is not that close to the continental U.S.
Yeah.
It's very close to North Korea, right? So this is a with all of the tension that's going on over there right now,
It's a very probable thing.
it's a probable thing. Like if North Korea was going to try to attack America, they would probably shoot a missile towards Hawaii or maybe Alaska. But somebody had to have gotten fired, right?
Because more than one.
You have to remember that was an actual person who woke up that morning and on his agenda, his work task for the day was got to test the emergency response system.
I can't.
And he hit the button and he forgot to put in the part that said it's just a test.
I just wonder, are the buttons that close to each other, or did he just send out the wrong message?
He had to have just sent out the wrong message.
But you got to get fired. He got to get fired. The buddy in the cubicle next to him got to get fired. The manager, that whole branch, got to go.
How did that conversation go? I have friends that live in Hawaii, and this makes me mad about millennials, because before it came out that it was just a test, one of my Facebook friends posted the message from his phone and with just a bunch of question marks as it and I was just like, so you just found out that you're about to die and your first instinct is to post on Facebook. You went to Facebook to see if you could get the haps on what's going on.
I mean, Facebook made him do more.
It's ridiculous. But I want to know how that conversation went. It's like, Bill, you sent out the wrong message, Bill. Can you send out
go ahead and fix that?
Can you send a follow-up?
They're allowed to sue, right?
Who?
I can sue for like emotional damages if I'm in Hawaii.
Ooh.
Like, think about that. Think about the mass panic and chaos that caused.
I'm gonna say no. I think there's probably some sort of clause with like emergency response systems that they can get out of it.
Maybe if you're the emergency response people, you shouldn't be screwing up this badly. I feel like you caused an emergency.
It's true. But for anybody listening that's not up to date, Hawaii's safe.
They're good, yeah.
You're good. There's no missiles.
There was 0 missiles.
0 missiles en route.
0. They're fine.
It was just a test. But this, you know what this always makes me think about? So you remember the Elon Musk thing that was in the sky? And people were like, oh, it's just the Elon Musk thing? Like, this reminds me of, all the stuff that's happening reminds me of, like, every movie that we've ever seen. Because it's
where
like,
they cover it up.
It's like when when the secret agent stops the missile, they never, like, say, oh, yeah, it was, and it wasn't out. Did it really take an hour for them to catch that? Like, what if somebody really launched a missile at Hawaii? Because in the James Bond movie, when the dude be riding on the missile, like trying to
get it,
defuse the bomb.
So they were just waiting for Bond to get it together.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what if it really was a missile and Jack Bauer defused that joint?
I 100% think some stuff is going down. Because that Elon Musk thing, I don't
That was straight out of Men in Black. And Men in Black, would they be like, no, that wasn't a UFO, that was a gas pipe. You're fine.
No.
I ain't never seen a rocket that looked like that.
100% aliens. 100%. What even was that?
We've seen every rocket launch.
Every single one.
They ain't
got
never
no new
like
ones. Ain't never.
Never once.
Not
have they
once.
looked like that.
No.
Ridiculous.
Aliens. They're here. Are they here?
Probably so.
I bet you homeboy, what's his name? Kim Jong-il?
Is an alien?
100%.
He might be.
He looked low-key like an alien.
What if Trump is an alien?
That would make me feel better than
he was
thinking
an
that he
alien?
were an alien than a terrible human being running the country.
So speaking of terrible human beings running the country, back to North Korea. So
Okay.
tensions have escalated with North Korea here.
Can we say escalated, or tensions are just as high as they always are now?
We're sending 2 additional aircraft carriers to the waters around North Korea, and we have our nuclear deployment team in Guam now.
Okay.
So it's like they are preparing for the threat of nuclear war, which is interesting. But I got to give Trump credit.
Tell me more.
I think he might be an evil genius because something happened this past week that hasn't happened in like 10 years.
Okay.
So not this past week, but I guess 2 weeks ago when Trump was when Trump sent out the tweet and he was like, "Oh yes, I have a nuclear button on my desk and it's much bigger than yours."
I hate him.
When he said that,
I hate him.
North Korea picked up the red hotline. I imagine it's red, but they call it a hotline, right?
Yes.
They picked up the hotline to South Korea
What they do?
that hadn't been used in a decade and called South Korea.
Look at God.
Trump is so crazy that he got North Korea. Hey, dog, look, I know we done had some problems, dog. But like I feel like Kim Jong called the leader of South Korea and said, "Look, you know, if they nuke us,
You's right here, like
we on the same island, bruh.
we all going."
It's over for all of us if they nuke us. You know that, right?" I feel like that's how that conversation went.
I can't. But I mean, yay for them for working it out.
But they kind of pieced it up a little bit. It might just be because the Winter Olympics are coming.
So I'm so confused about that. So do we just let North Korea just roll through and just participate? Like they're just gonna be out here skiing?
Sports unite all, except for Russia. Russia is
Except for
banned
Russia.
from the Winter Olympics.
We ain't got time for you, Russia.
North Korea, that's fine. Russia, no.
I don't know about that.
can't-
I feel like they both can
You're
sit
the
this one
reason
out.
Trump is here. You're not
You
allowed.
can't come.
The world is mad at you, Russia. You're not allowed. You can't play with us.
Russia low-key don't care.
They don't.
They might have their own Olympics just hanging out. But I don't know how I feel. Like, is he gonna show up? Well, I mean, presidents don't really go to that.
There's so
They're
much
the
vodka
winter.
in Russia.
Vodka?
In Russia, yeah.
Why is that where your brain went just now?
I want some vodka. But anyway, yeah, you're right.
We can get you some vodka, boo.
North Korea and South Korea apparently are going to be like marching under one united
united.
Korean
I feel like if
flag.
I was South Korea, I would be like, look, we can talk, but you gotta have your own flag. I think it's too early to be associated with you. let's do this on a trial basis first.
Literally 2 weeks ago,
like,
that you were being crazy.
like let's chill out here. You've been wilding out for a while now.
It's like that significant other that like cheats on you and is like, all right, let's get the new Facebook profile picture updated. You forgave me. We good. Let's go to the family reunion, boot up. You know what I'm saying?
That's like Offset cheating and then proposing to Cardi B the next day. It's like, no, let's wait a little bit before you put the ring on it.
And then he got a tattoo.
And we're gonna get there.
Yeah. Well, okay. We'll get there. We're supposed to be being serious.
I'm sorry.
North Korea.
We can't be serious when the news is this ridiculous.
The news is ridiculous. It's bananas.
This is the world we live in.
Basically, North Korea tensions is crazy.
Crazy.
But
Silver lining.
we can ski together. It's fine.
We can ski together. So what happens if North Korea wins?
If you look at the data, there's only like 4 countries that ever
Listen,
win
and
anything
no
at the
of-
Olympics,
no
and it's
of-
never Korea.
No offense to anybody, but I could literally not care less about the Winter Olympics. So
The synchronized ice skating be kind of dope though.
tell me more about synchronized ice skating.
Not the like the one where they be like dancing, but on ice skates. You know, like Tanya Harding,
like the
and
figure
them?
skating.
Figure skating, that's what it's called.
Bruh.
Yeah.
I imagine people out here doing pirouettes on like ponds in the backyard. Yeah, that figure skating stuff. No, I could actually couldn't care less about the Winter Olympics. But hey, go USA. Snowboarding's in that too, right? I don't even know what's in the Winter Olympics.
You just said it correctly, but one of my least favorite phrases in the world is "I could care less" because that's not the phrase, and people say it all the time.
Yeah.
It's like if you could care less, that means that you care a significant amount, and
Yes.
that's not what you're trying to convey. It's I couldn't care less. I care so little that I literally
That literally
cannot
could
care
not care less.
any less.
But the thing about that is people don't pay attention to the words that come out of their face.
Out of their face.
Out of
That's right.
yes, out of their face.
That's right.
I can't deal with you. What else is happening in the world, Gilbert?
So I woke up this morning on Good Day and we ain't had no government no more.
Oh my gosh.
By the time you guys get this podcast, hopefully we have a government again.
Hopefully it's back up and running.
But it's been shut down.
Shut
down.
Government gone.
It's been shut down this morning.
So I don't want to sound super ignorant, but I still, because this happened when Obama was in the office too. I still don't understand what exactly does that mean for a government shutdown. Do I still get mail? Is that a part of the government? How does this affect me as a citizen that the government is shut down? And is it Trump's fault?
Is it Trump's fault? That's a good question. It's the
because don't the Republicans hold the Senate and the House and everything? So
they do.
I feel like
so it's ridiculous. This is a case of people being childish.
Oh, petty.
Right.
Petty well.
So what happens is everything that is government funded. So all of your federal buildings, the military, everything is paid by the government. It's all regulated by a budget.
Okay.
We decide we're going to spend X amount of billions of dollars. They divide it up. They say this goes to this department, this goes to this department, this goes to this department.
Okay.
So what happens when we get to these government shutdowns is they have to agree upon the budget in the Senate in order for it to be enacted. So essentially we ran out of money and we had a deadline of yesterday night to agree. So why I say people are petty is because what people do with these bills is they add in extra stuff to it because they're like, you have to approve this. So in the spending, so they had until January 19th to approve a spending appropriations bill that it had already been passed by Congress, or it had to be passed by Congress and signed into vote by Donald Trump, and then 60 people have to vote for it, right?
Okay.
But what they put in here was a bunch of healthcare taxes were also going to be suspended, and they were going to have some changes to the DREAM Act, which we already know has had a lot of tension around it. So basically, Trump said on Twitter,
of course,
he was basically like, "Yo, the Democrats don't really want this bill." That's when he was talking about all of the DREAM Act stuff, and he was talking about immigration and all that. He was talking about their discussions about this bill.
Yeah.
So his coming out and speaking against the bill, a lot of political pundits are saying actually led to some Republicans being like, you know what?
Nah, bro.
I don't support this
We
bill.
good.
Right? So basically the reason the government shuts down is because there's a spending bill that gives us the authority to spend money on the government that is not in place currently. So we have money, but we're not allowed to spend it.
So they couldn't agree on how to allocate the money.
That's right.
So now we have no money.
That's right.
Cool.
And also Trump put his funding for the wall in there, right? So if you, when we accept this bill, he's going to get the funding to do what he wants to do with the wall. And this is basically why he was saying, look, I'm going to get my wall.
He's like,
I'm
listen.
going to attach it to this bill and you're just going to, have to deal
You know what?
with it.
Kudos to you, Trump. He had a mission. And the man's going to get it accomplished. Go ahead. Let him build a little wall.
So, and then Donald Trump tweeted this morning, an hour ago, he said, Democrats are holding our military hostage over their desire to have unchecked illegal immigration. Can't let that happen. So that's not true. And then he said the Republicans only have 51 votes
So
in the
he's a
Senate.
liar. Fake
They
news.
need 60, right? That is true, right? Do you need 60 votes in order to pass the bill? But the military, so what happens is something called a furlough, right? A furlough is when they basically tell government workers, hey, don't show up to work. But what people need to understand is that this only happens for non-essential functions.
Yeah.
The military is not going to stop.
Yeah.
Right? The military is fine, but
They just use that
folks
rhetoric to like make people panic.
Right. Folks at the Fed, folks at the federal courthouse, buildings like that, they're probably not going to have to show up to work on Monday because we don't have the money to pay them, essentially.
But do they still get a paycheck for this?
So that's an interesting question. Sometimes we'll have to wait to see how it pans out. Sometimes they back pay them, but it has happened sometimes where they haven't, right? But again, it's called a furlough. It's we should panic because we need a government, but it's not so the essential functions of the government are still fine.
Yeah.
Now they can't run forever without funding, right? So eventually That'd be bad
At
for
some
the
point.
military, right? But anyway, I think Trump is also trying to say, hey, we've got some funding measures for the military in this bill that we're trying to pass, and the Democrats are saying they don't want it because they don't like what we're going to do to the immigration reform. And this annoys me because I'm like, man, I don't understand why y'all have to tack all of this stuff that's seemingly unrelated into this spending bill.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's how it's petty. Like Trump is like, yeah, I'm gonna put my wall in here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But whatever. That's what's going on. We ain't got no government, so
I mean, it's fine. We cool.
it's shut down.
We'll make it through. We've done it once. We'll do it again. Or how many times has I don't know. Government shutdown, is this like a regular occurrence all the time?
In my lifetime, I guess it has been. It's always gonna be on the brink of it because these bills, the spending budget, you got to renew them.
Yeah.
And Republicans and Democrats, by definition, don't have the same views on things.
Get along.
But it is what it is.
It is what it is. But we can still go to national parks, right?
No, they close.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
that's a non-essential function.
dang.
Parks closed.
Can I at least look at the trees? Like, what?
You might be able to look at the trees.
All right, okay, cool. I'll take the trees. I can't, man. Trump, stay out here.
What else has
wilding
Trump been up to?
out. Well, last week he had some choice words for certain countries. Has this been verified yet that he actually said these words about?
Oh, the
other
shithole countries?
Yeah.
He hasn't come out and really disputed it. Let me look for his tweet, what he said.
Main point is Trump called some countries shitholes, and he said, I'd rather have the people from Norway or wherever else coming over here.
He said, the language used by me at the DACA meeting was tough, but this was not the language used. So, I mean, he's not refuting the sentiment of the claim, but he's maybe saying that he didn't say shithole countries. But
I don't believe you, Trump. And I never have. But I feel like multiple people have reported him using like vulgar language all the time, like towards other people, which, I mean, it is what it is. You're a grown man. If you're going to cuss. But I feel like the implications of what you're saying make you a terrible person. I'm not going to call him a racist, but it makes you a terrible person.
I don't remember where this was, so forgive me if I'm misquoting or not attributing the source correctly, but somebody asked him if he was a racist. Or somebody asked somebody if he was a racist. Hold on, let me look it up.
I don't know. All I know is that night, Don Lemon got on CNN and opened up his segment saying Donald Trump is a racist. And then paused like a G. And I have never known laughter until that moment. Go ahead, Don Lemon. Live your best life, sir.
Eric Trump says, my father sees one color, green.
Oh my gosh.
That's fair. Yeah, it really is.
It really is.
It's really fair.
I can't deal. I cannot deal.
All right, so Trump, when somebody asked him about his quote about Haiti, he said, I am the least racist person that you have ever interviewed. I can tell you. If somebody asks you if you're racist,
I'm the least.
And you say, I am the least. So I don't want to talk. Okay, there's so many things here. So when you say, that's a direct quote. I'm reading this. I just looked it up. This
It came straight from his mouth.
It's a direct quote. Least racist. Okay, that implies that you're at least a little bit racist.
Yes.
Like there is some racism, and it also implies a scale. Like, so now I need to go look up the rest of the people that have been interviewed by this publication. He said, I'm the least racist person that you've ever interviewed.
Like if David Duke was on the show last week, it's like, what are you saying to me?
If your wife asks you,
Oh,
honey,
Lord,
are you cheating on me? And you replied to her, I cheat on you less than any husband you've ever had. That is not, that's not comforting.
No. But it make her pause for a second. It would go, well, you are not wrong. Fair.
Wow.
I'm mad. That implies there's a scale. I hate that guy.
He's the best. I love him.
Do you? Do you love him? Or do you love what he provides entertainment-wise?
Nobody is willing to just stand up for him. The Department of Homeland Security says, when asked about shithole countries, he said, I don't recall him saying that exact phrase.
Oh my gosh.
I think he's been clear, and I think undoubtedly the president will continue to use strong language when it comes to the issue because he's very passionate about it.
You know what's crazy?
He didn't. So they said, did the president call Haiti a shithole country?
And what they say?
And the brother said, I don't think he said that exact language,
But
it was pretty strong.
it was close though. I can't.
The fact that nobody could just be like
They're
no,
all skirting around it.
like he said it.
He was passionate with what he said. I don't know if it was those words.
That's kind of trash.
Kind of.
It's kind of trash.
He's trash. Like I said, I low-key want to be in one of those meetings where they sit down just to see how Trump operates, but at the same time, I don't.
But I don't. He's done a lot of good for the country. Like last year, we had 0 fatalities due to airline crashes. So
Oh my God.
that's obviously a result of
Trump, thanks
Trump.
for what you've done.
He's the best. Like we had 0 airline crashes.
Okay.
North Korea gonna be at the Olympics.
At the Olympics, skiing. What else?
Government folks don't gotta go to work on Monday.
Look
They
at
get
that.
an extra
Get
holiday.
Extra holiday. Hey, tiki torch sales up.
Tiki tails.
Skyrocketed.
He is stimulating the economy, ladies and
And listen,
gentlemen.
I mean, we can check the numbers, but I'm sure that Twitter's usage rate has gone through.
Bro, I check
like,
Twitter every
Listen,
day.
I didn't
Every
even
day?
have
Every day.
I didn't even have a Twitter until November 9th. So let's be real. Go ahead, live your best life, Trump.
Cat Williams has a new Netflix special.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Every day.
Does he really?
Yeah.
When did that come out?
I saw it on the banner for Netflix.
You know what's crazy? I'm sorry, Netflix. I have been only on Hulu for the last 3 weeks, and I feel bad. I feel like I'm cheating on Netflix. Like I literally have not been there. But I did watch Chappelle's stand-up, and it was phenomenal. Yeah. But does Cat have his perm? Because I'm not watching.
Are
it.
we moving on to pop culture? Is there anything
Oh, I'm
else?
sorry.
Is there anything else in the world that's happening? How did Trump get us to Cat Williams? I don't understand.
They're both entertainers. That's it.
That's fair.
All right, let's just go ahead and talk about pop culture because I'm done with the serious.
Okay, so getting into pop culture, let's just talk about what we're talking about. So I'm trying to verify. I don't want to. I don't think I was dreaming about a Cat Williams special.
I kind of hope that this is not true. and
But
that
I think
you've
there's
just been daydreaming about Cat Williams coming out with a new special. I
Everything-
love Cat Williams.
Everything. So you watched the Dave Chappelle?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
It was good. It was real good. I don't even mess with Dave Chappelle like that. I'm not saying that he's not great. I just never, like, I watched the Chappelle show, but I was never really into stand-up until I got older. But I thought it was great. It was funny, but I love that he had these super real, poignant, like, moments where he was making a statement about, like, the state that our society's in.
Which one did you watch? There were 2.
I watched the first one.
Was that the one?
No.
Where, no joke spoiler, but he has a joke. So fast forward the next 2 minutes. If you haven't seen the Dave Chappelle skit, I'm gonna say spoiler 4 times right now. Then I'm gonna talk to my sister about the joke, and then when I'm done, I'm gonna say spoiler again. I'm gonna stop talking
Oh
about
my
the
God.
spoiler at the 29 minutes and 30 seconds mark on the podcast. Okay. Spoiler. Okay, so he had the joke where he was like, I'm really good at this. Is that the one that you watched? Where he was talking about how good he was at stand-up?
Yes.
That was hilarious.
Yes.
Like, he was like, I can start with the punchline.
Yeah, yes.
And work my way back.
And worked my way back, and he did.
Like,
That's the one.
That one was fun. He has another one.
So
He
that's
put out
what, and that's
2
what I
episodes.
told you that he put out too. But in reality, he has 3.
Wait, did you watch that at my house?
That's why I was like, you didn't have to do the spoiler thing. I was just gonna say the one I watched with you.
Oh,
but
snap.
you didn't let me get there. You just wanted to spoiler it up. But no, so he released 1,
We have 15 seconds.
and then he released the 2. But the one that we watched together was in response to the first one. So I haven't watched the second one he released. Main point is they're all good. You should watch them.
And we're coming back from spoilers in 5,
Oh my god,
4,
I hate
3,
Gilbert.
2, 1. Hey, welcome back. Those of you that checked out, welcome to the 29-minute and 30-second mark of the either 12th or 11th episode of the Educated Black Siblings podcast. We are done talking about the spoilers of the Dave Chappelle stand-up.
Okay, Aziz.
Speaking of Aziz.
No. Let me tell you what we won't be doing.
Speaking of Aziz.
We're not talking about that. Oh, no.
They came for Aziz, man. Pause.
oh my God.
They came for Aziz.
No. Keep your head up, Aziz.
Aziz is the latest.
Keep your head up.
What's funny is he was like the night before this came out, like he was at some award show, like rocking a Me Too hashtag shirt. Very sensitive topic, and I'm in a get my jokes off kind of mood, so I don't.
So we're gonna skip right on past.
Yeah,
that.
we should probably skip past the Aziz, but
I don't like that. Skip past the Aziz.
we're gonna skip past the Aziz.
That's gross.
Don't go into a bakery if you're on a diet. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my God.
I went to Small Cakes the other day, and I was on a diet, and I'm just like,
What the heck is Small Cakes?
Small Cakes is in the city we live in. It's like 5 minutes away. Gourmet cupcakes.
Small Cakes?
It's called Small Cakes. It's delicious.
Well, how come you never bought me a small cake?
Cause they expensive.
They small.
Yeah, but they expensive. It's like $3 a cupcake.
Let me tell you what I won't be doing. Spending $3 on a cupcake.
They're really good though.
I can make my own cupcakes. I don't need that. $3.
Oh, so I did confirm there is a new Cat Williams special.
Oh my God, she's been working hard.
So I'm gonna he's been working hard. He hasn't released a special in 3 years.
No, you've been working hard trying to find this.
Oh no, I just pulled up Netflix real quick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm watching that tonight. Anything else since we're on stand-up comedy? Anything else in stand-up comedy that's happening?
In stand-up?
I watched a few funny. So there was the Dave Chappelle. Both of the Dave Chappelles are funny.
Chappelle's show.
Chappelle might be the GOAT, man. I love how Chappelle deals with really, really sensitive topics.
Ooh. So
irreverently, but
yes,
seriously.
So we've kind of talked about this before, but Kevin Hart is like officially like on his next tour.
Yeah.
And do you I know we've seen him live before. Do you have any plans and or intentions on seeing him live again?
No, but that has nothing to do with Kevin Hart. After seeing Kev, because we've talked about this before, we really like stand-up comedy, right? Mm-hmm. So, like, me and my wife, we've gone to Austin and have gone to, like, little hole-in-the-wall comedy clubs. We've gone to hole-in-the-wall comedy clubs in Arlington. You and I went to go see Andrew Schultz together at a semi-hole-in-the-wall-ish place. The Kev Hart was the first, like, stadium experience I had with stand-up comedy. And I didn't like it. Yeah. Like, it's I enjoyed the stand-up. I laughed or whatnot, but it just, I don't think I'll ever go to a stand-up event in that big of an arena anymore because it loses.
It takes away from the experience.
Right. There's no, like, when we went to the Schultz show, we were basically in the front row. Mm-hmm. There's a guy next to us that has a little purple drink. And Schultz is like, yo, what are you drinking? You gotta have, you know what I mean? Like, I like that. Like, I can reach out and touch him. Like, that's what comedy is supposed to feel.
Yeah,
it
should be interactive. It should feel not necessarily on the fly. Like, they should be prepared, but it's good to see a comedian's chops when they're able to just kind of go back and forth with the audience and banter. And, I don't know, but yeah, there was so many distractions going on during that Kev Hart special, the last one, that I don't even remember half of the jokes that he told, which is weird because like we used to be able to quote "I'm a Grown Little Man" and Seriously Funny. And now, like, I don't even remember the name of that stand-up because I was so concerned about them kicking out people with phones.
It was called What Now?
Yeah.
A raccoon walked up to my door, put his hand on his crotch, and went like this, bow, bow. I just recently watched it on Netflix. Oh, okay.
It was because I haven't seen it since we went.
It's fun. Watch it again. It's funnier on Netflix than it was live.
Okay.
It's funny.
I'll watch it again later.
We went on tangent. To answer your question, no, I have no intent on going to see him live. I will watch the special, though.
Yeah, I'm just curious to see how he addresses everything that happened last year.
He did a Breakfast Club interview.
Yeah, I just mean, like, stand-up wise. Like,
he's going to joke about it.
That's what I mean. Like, I want to see how he spends that. Excuse me.
God bless you.
Thank you, boo. So, Cardi B.
Are we going to Cardi B? Yeah, Cardi B had a fantastic 2017.
So let's just talk. Like, she had the best year of all the years, and we're proud of you, Cardi, because we've been riding with you for a while. But this fool got your name tattooed on his neck, and I don't know how I feel about that. I don't like it. I know that for sure. You gonna get your wife's name tattooed on your neck?
No, but I don't have any other tattoos either. Like, he's got a body full of tattoos.
He does. He does. I guess it is. I don't
The
say
timing is
insignificant.
funny though. It's like,
But
but the whole cheating thing, and then it was like, yo, another sex tape came out. Look, babe,
Look how much I love you.
You know,
Here
yeah.
forever. Offset's weird though.
He is. I hope that they don't break up though, because tattoos are forever, people.
Tattoos are forever. I mean, he can get it like
Covered, I guess.
not cut. Like, you know how people get those weird like mistake tattoos, and then they'll go and have something added on to it. You just fix it up.
So let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
It still stays on entertainment, but there's something that only one woman
Okay.
has ever done in entertainment in history. Only 3 people, including this person, have done it. The other 2 people are Drake and Kendrick Lamar. Only one other artist, one other artist, she's a female. The only person that's ever done it was Drake and Kendrick Lamar, to have 5 hits on the top 10 hot R&B and hip hops at once.
It has to be Cardi B, right?
It's Cardi B.
Yeah.
Not even Beyonce. Cardi B has, right now, she has 5 songs with her on it in the top 10 on Billboard. Cardi is, like, she's making history. Now, I want you guys, for those of you that haven't been with us the whole time, I want you to go back and listen to the first episode, right?
The first one.
The first episode.
Why?
Because we've always been all
Been
about
here.
Cardi.
Been here for Cardi.
Like, we broke Bodak Yellow.
That's real.
Like
That's
that
real.
was us. We let the world know about
We
Bodak
were the
Yellow.
ones that put y'all on today.
Like, for real, for real.
Just letting y'all know.
For real, for real.
Stop.
Like, for real, for real.
But I'm mad. I knew the answer to your question. Well, 1, because we brought Cardi B up, but 2, because she lets us know every 2 minutes on Instagram.
How did you feel about Finesse,
So, like, the song itself?
the remix?
So, I like it because I think it added to the song, but I loved that song anyway. That was my favorite song off of Bruno's album because I like Bruno.
How old is that album?
It dropped at the beginning of last year.
So I think that speaks to how hot Cardi B is, because, like, I understand people know that Bruno's a star, but Bruno just used Cardi B to increase album sales for something that came out almost 2 years ago.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm going to just throw you on a song from my old album, because every time you listen to that song on Spotify, that adds to his album sales.
Yeah.
For that album. So I thought the song was dope.
Oh, I loved it. Did you see the video? It's so cute. And they
Yeah,
did
the
like
video
a
was
living singles take. Not living singles.
Living Color.
Living color. There it is.
So how do we feel about Cardi's trajectory right now? Because she's
I'm nervous.
hot.
I'm nervous. I'm real nervous.
I keep thinking there's nowhere to go but down for her. Like is she?
And then she does something else. I don't know. I think that she's gotta. Don't try to recreate Bodak Yellow success, but just keep doing you. Just keep doing you. I'm just curious, music wise, where she goes from here. I'm just curious.
So if listening to everything that she's said about where she's going musically, I would be inclined to believe that there's going to be a lot of her talking about Offset.
Which we don't need, Cardi. I don't relate to you talking about this fool. I don't need that from you. You got a jig.
Hey. But yeah, you're right. That's Barty or Cardi. That song didn't do as well as Bodak Yellow.
No.
And I don't think we should expect any song to ever do as well as Bodak Yellow.
No.
My question for you is, are you anticipating a Cardi B album?
Yes. But I think, like this year, I think this year she should drop. But I'm also, where's Nicki at? Is she working? Is she in the studio right now?
I feel like Nicki just dropped something, didn't she?
No. Nicki hasn't dropped in a solid 2 years. But I think that whichever one of them drops first is gonna influence the other one. But I think Cardi's gonna drop first, and then Nicki's
I
gonna
think it's a
drop
waiting
response
game
to
because
that.
I was hearing rumors that Nicki's album was done last year around the time that she would. Because remember, she had a big ramp up like before the Sheether thing happened.
Yes.
Like she was putting all these pictures out. She was talking about all her stats and all that. She was real loud on social media. Everybody thought something was coming. And then the Sheether thing happened, and then she had to double back. She did No Frauds, didn't work. She did another song, that didn't work. So I think she might have went back and reworked the album.
Well, she did drop that song, the one that they put. Was it Motorsport?
Motorsport,
Yeah.
But
That's one with
Migos
Cardi B
song.
on it. Yeah. I don't know, but Nicki needs to come through. I'm giving you one more chance, Nicki. Barb's, get your girl, cause she's slacking.
That's fair. But yeah, Cardi B is doing her thing. I don't know if I'm anticipating another Cardi B song. I want to hear what the next single is. I don't know that I'm just like, oh yeah, give me 20 Cardi B songs.
I don't need
You know what I mean?
20 turn up.
I just
Cardi
want more
songs.
Cardi.
That's
Like, just keep doing you.
But see, that's the thing, is that should the next step be music, or should the next step be her back in reality TV?
No, she's 100%
she just-
focused on music.
She's done with that.
Yeah.
No more like entertainment Cardi.
Although they did sell the rights to their wedding, so there's gonna be
That's gonna be a hot ghetto mess, and I'm there for it. I will watch.
Do you care that Meghan Markle's getting married to the Prince of England?
So random. What do you mean? Do I care? Like, am I affected by it? Like, no. I think it's cute. Like, I don't care as far as like, oh my gosh, like the princess. Like, I could care less about that. But I think it's cute that this black woman is stepping her game up. Go ahead, boo.
I think it's weird that not only is the Prince of England marrying a black woman, but he's marrying an American woman. So it's like there's gonna be black American dual citizens, because they're gonna have dual citizenship that are in line for, and it's far like Prince Harry. I think he's like fifth in line for the throne, so he's never gonna be the king of England. First of all, because the queen is never gonna die.
She's
Like,
at least 230.
there's picture like there's this thing where you see all the pictures of just her with all of the presidents, and it goes back to like Abraham Lincoln.
Gilbert, did you
Like,
see last week she did an interview where they brought out her crown with all the jewels on it, and the guy comes in and he's got like 2 layers of gloves on. He's holding a fancy royal pillow, and he like places it down super carefully, and then she leans over and picks it up and like manhandles it and is like dropping it. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. But yeah, the queen's never gonna die. They're never gonna ever sit.
the
on that
next in
throne.
line to let people, it's I think it's Prince Charles. I looked this up yesterday. He's 69. So like like her oldest son that's in line for the throne is elderly. Like, so I mean, I feel like Meghan Markle's children have like a decent shot.
Fair.
Like,
Fair.
So I think that's interesting, but I don't know. I've always liked her because I like Suits.
That's right. That's Rachel.
Yeah, so
From Suits.
that mattered to me. They're gonna have to write her character off of the show now, I guess. I was tired of that romance anyway, so that's fine.
I stopped watching Suits in season 3. So
That's fair. I think I stopped in 4.
no, season 4. No, I don't know. Doesn't matter.
All right, so you don't care about Meghan Markle getting married?
I mean, congrats. Go ahead, Black excellence. But
Speaking of black excellence,
okay.
NBA All-Star Game is coming up.
So let's talk about that, because I don't understand what's happening.
It's fantastic.
So explain to me to make sure that I'm correct. So people voted, fans, players, media voted, and they picked 2 captains, LeBron and Steph.
That's right.
So to my understanding, LeBron and Steph are going to go like schoolyard mode and pick people to be on their team.
So the first part of the process is the same as it's always been.
Okay.
Except for they're giving the players more of a say, right? I think the players get to account for like 10% of the vote or something. But people vote for all of the All-Stars.
Okay.
So the All-Star team, the people that are selected to All-Star, that's done by the vote, which it's always been. What's different is what you just said. The person that gets the most votes in the West is the captain.
Okay.
The person that gets the most votes in the East is a captain.
Okay.
And then they get to pick whoever they want.
So like it doesn't matter West Coast, East Coast.
They get to pick from the pool.
So this is what I will say. kudos to you, NBA, for at least doing something that I kind of am interested in. Because
I've never cared about the All-Star
not
selection.
once.
This year I cared.
Like, that's fantastic. However, somebody, I think it was on like the Snapchat ESPN thing, somebody said something, or maybe First Take, doesn't matter, that I agree with, is they were saying that them picking, like their little draft, isn't going to be televised. I think that's stupid.
I wish it. I was hoping it would be.
No, they were saying that it's not, as of right now, that it's not going to be televised.
Oh, they need to televise
You need
it.
to. What are you doing? Like,
Because I want there to be like a board of names that they have to like move little pieces around, and I want the world to see LeBron continuously pass
like,
over
go back and forth
Kyrie.
and go, oh no!
It's just not
like
pick him.
reach for it.
Like
and go,
reach
nah.
for Kyrie, and then like Kyrie's totally getting picked last.
No, I want it to be super low budget. Like, I want them to be back in like an elementary school gym with everybody sitting on the floor and like LeBron with his arms folded, like, come on, Durant.
Okay, so first of all, they practice a little bit, but they don't really practice. I low key would like
What you want?
extend. So All-Star Weekend is Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yes.
Extend it to Wednesday. Give the players the whole week off, and I want LeBron and Steph to have all the All-Stars in person lined up in the gym and really have to
just,
pick.
like, legit
Yo,
pick.
Kyrie, you and me.
I don't know what that's
Durant,
the only way it should be.
Like
that's
that
what I want.
televised, bruh.
And that would be like literally wait until that. I'm there for that.
That'd be fantastic.
Listen, NBA, what are you doing? That's fantastic television. Like, I would watch. I would make sure I was there for that.
But they haven't announced the reserves yet as of the last time I looked. But I'm hoping that this will be just a banana boat. Like, I want LeBron to be like, yo, CP3, Melo, just pick all his boys. You already know Steph is gonna be like, all right, KD.
Why his voice like that?
All right,
is he Michael Jackson?
let me get KD. Let me get
Come on, man.
Let me get KD. Everybody with a Warriors jersey. You're on my team.
Everybody with the
Warriors starting
Warrior
five.
squad, please.
Come on.
Oh no. I'm there for it. Yes, Steph. Poor baby Steph.
Steph is my favorite current. No, I think Kyrie is my favorite current NBA player. Steph might be a close second. I really enjoy
Like
it.
playing wise or like personality wise?
Personality wise, my favorite is
Giannis.
probably Joel Embiid.
The process.
Joel Embiid is hilarious.
Did you see him curve Rihanna after she curved him?
Like, they're the best.
He's so weird.
Anyway,
not
NBA All-Star Game. I'm excited about it.
For the first time
ever.
ever.
Never been excited about
Are
the
we
NBA All-Star
having
Game.
the family All-Star weekend thing?
Yes, that's what we're doing.
Are we? Is it in the
My
calendar?
family gets together to watch the All-Star. My parents love basketball. My mom, turns out, my mom,
Mother.
when I go home, right, because we don't live in the same city, when I go home, I'm like, Mom, this is a real scenario. I say, Mom, you want to spend some quality time together? You want to go for a walk? You want to go out and get something to eat? My mom looked at me in my face and said, well, Thunder play the Spurs tonight. So we could watch that. And I'm just like, Mom,
Okay, Mom.
like, you want to watch basketball?
Like, literally, holidays consist of us sitting on the couch and watching 4 NBA games in a row.
Right. That's
'Cause
on Christmas.
on
we
Christmas.
On Christmas. There's basketball being watched in my house. That is what we're doing.
Literally, I was sick upstairs, and Mom was like, "But you coming down to watch the games, right? You could be sick on the couch."
Ridiculous.
It's fine.
But yeah, we'll be getting together for All-Star Weekend. Speaking of All-Star Weekend, Black Panther is about to come out. How you feeling?
I couldn't be more excited about anything than this thing.
So-
And here's what's crazy about that. I know nothing about Black Panther. I'm just excited for what it's doing for the culture.
Yeah, that makes me nervous, right? So, I'm a big nerdy movie fan, right? So I'm a big Marvel movie fan. Been on the Look, I know it sounds pretentious, but I've been there since first Iron Man. Loved it, right? What makes me nervous is that there are a lot of people that I know for certain, because they've told me as such, they've posted as such on the internet, never seen a Marvel movie, they're really excited about this movie. And what makes me nervous about that is just I don't want that to affect the reviews. Because like comic book movies are comic book movies. Fair. And if you go into this movie, like comic book movies are exciting, they're fun, but they're also campy.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't want people to go into this movie and like, because there are people that have never heard anything about the Marvel Universe. First of all, you're going to be confused.
Yeah.
Like, spoiler alert, but this movie's been out for a year and a half. When Captain America shows up for the first time and he's got the beard that he has in the trailer, and he's like, somebody get that man his shield. That doesn't mean anything to you if you didn't watch Civil War and see Captain America get beat up by Iron Man and lose his shield, right? So it's like there's going to be a lot of stuff that is lost on people that haven't been a part of the series.
Yeah.
So I'm worried about that because I don't want people to be like, yeah, that was kind of weird. Or be like, that was a corny ending. Spoiler alert. In comic book movies, good guys win. That's what happens. Right?
We're here.
It's a comic book. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so I don't know. I don't want people. Hey, look, news. I know a lot of. Shout out to Blackfellas, the Reddit. I know that you guys follow this podcast heavily. I really, really appreciate the support. Listen, guys, this movie is not about the Black Panthers. Spoiler alert. I know that
you're gonna be disappointed.
like, hey, it's not about the Black Panthers. You know what I mean?
Listen. I understand everything that you said, and I agree with it. I'm more of a DC person than Marvel. Movie wise, Marvel is better, but I'm Team Batman all day long. But what I will say is that I'm just excited for this Blacker Than Black cast.
Lit. It's gonna be lit.
And if you think I'm not about to show up to this theater in all black with every single Negro that I know, you are mistaken.
Why did it have to come out in Black History Month?
You know why?
Like there's no way that was an accident. Disney did that on purpose.
Yeah, okay. And smart.
So lit.
Smart move.
So lit.
Love it.
But yeah, I'm excited about Black Panther. You haven't seen the new Star Wars movie yet, right?
No.
So let's hold off on that. We won't talk about the new Star Wars movie.
Sorry, I'm slacking.
Y'all should go see the new Star Wars movie. It's lit. Shout out to Tandem Cannon, my favorite video game podcast. Y'all should go look that up on YouTube. Search it. Follow them.
Even
wherever
though
you can
low-key
follow
they've been
people.
throwing shade at you.
Have they really?
Yeah.
On the podcast? Do we have podcast beef? Do we have podcast beef, bro?
I need to go back and verify, but I don't remember if it was on the air or off the air. But there's some low key shade being thrown between educated black siblings and Tandem Cannon.
Are you?
So we might have to get.
But I've been showing y'all so much love on the podcast. Time out. I'm about to have to pause the podcast.
No.
Do we have podcast beef? I can't.
You have podcast beef.
I can't wait to have podcast beef.
So we may need to get them on here so we can clear this up.
That would be fantastic. Come through, Tandem Cannon. Oh. You have a look. Was it Mia?
Mia.
And what's the other one?
Tiffany.
Mia and Tiffany. Hey, I love your podcast. It's a fantastic podcast. I'll be liking all y'all videos. I will continue to support you. I hope that we don't have podcast beef.
But if we
do have podcast beef, pull up. You know what I'm saying? We record every 2 Saturdays.
Oh no. You just come through. We
bring your mics. You know what I'm saying?
Bring your mics.
And it can go down, you know?
You're an idiot.
We might need to edit this out. But anyway, the reason I brought up Tandem Cannon, my used to be favorite video game podcast, until I found out we had podcast beef.
Shots.
I feel like Lindsay might have made this up.
I'm 100% not.
Okay. Anyway, speaking of Star Wars, Lindsay hasn't seen the movie, so we're not going to talk about it. But Battlefront 2 came out for the Xbox, a Star Wars video game. I bought that. I usually don't like first-person shooters. I really enjoy that game. If anybody out there has that game, hit me up on the internet. Not the internet. Well, on the internet, but on Xbox Live.
Don't give your Xbox Live tag right now. Or do you really want randoms?
Don't tell them that is Prophecy 1906. That's my gamer tag. Hit me up if you play Star Wars Battlefront. We'll get into it. Drake dropped an EP this morning.
He surely did.
Man. EP is not fair. It was two
songs, Drake. You dropped 8 minutes of goodies. So
I love Drake. I don't know what I want from Drake at this point. So when I listened to the first song, I think it's called God's Plan.
It was God's Plan and then Diplomatic Immunity.
When I listened to God's Plan, I was disgusted. I was like, yo, bro, I don't want to hear you doing this Lil Pump, yeah, I'm a bean. Yeah, I don't want to hear that from Drake.
Yeah.
Right? So I was like, why are you doing that? Then that diplomatic immunity came on. Oh,
Drake out here firing shots.
my God. Like, just straight bars.
He knew what he had for you.
Straight, I was fantastic.
He knew.
I was happy about the bars. He dissed Joe Budden. I'm not going to get into
Ugh.
it. I'm not going to get into it. But he said, seeing people with budding careers sitting around talking about their peers and other people's careers is clearly a shot at Joe Budden. Joe Budden, friend of the podcast. I know you listen, buddy.
Joe Budden better not be listening to this
You
podcast.
need to-
And
Hey.
if you are listening to this podcast, Joe,
Me and Maul from Joe Budden's podcast, we had a little interaction on Twitter. So they know we exist.
really?
Yeah, they know we exist.
Nice.
Yeah, and so does Tatum Cannon, but that's another story.
Hey.
But yeah, so Drake dropped 2 songs. After Diplomatic Immunity came out, and I really enjoyed it, I went back and I listened to the other one again, and I enjoyed it as well. So
Let me go ahead and tell y'all though. So Gilbert's downplaying this because he got super excited this morning, like he always does, because Drake does the same thing every year, where he will drop an EP where he is spitting bars and hot fire, and he makes y'all excited because he's coming back. Y'all think, yeah, Drake about to step up, about to be the MC we know he is, and all y'all know, 6 months from now, he's gonna drop an album where he's back in his R&B lane because Drake doesn't want to be a real MC. And that's all I have to say about that.
I get real excited about the first single that Drake drops every time.
Every single, like,
Because it's
every
always
single
bars.
time.
It's always
He does the same thing. He builds you up just so he can let you down, but he lets you down gently.
But
because that's the kind of man that Drake is.
Let's get into this. This is something that I want to talk about. No, we don't have a lot of time left. Well, actually, you know what? We got I haven't done any sponsors today.
Okay.
We're not on the podcast network.
Okay.
We
We just gonna give him a long one today.
a week late. You know what I mean?
Okay.
We might be a little long today.
Okay, it's
We
good.
got a lot of stuff to talk about.
It's fine. Go ahead.
2018. First of all,
Yes.
what was your favorite entertainment thing? This is off the cuff. This isn't on the show notes. We just going in. We're gonna get to our top 5. Our top 5 is the most entertaining things that we're looking forward to in 2018. But for 2017, excuse me. What was your favorite entertainment thing? It's off the cuff.
My favorite entertainment thing for 2017. Oh my gosh, that's rough.
For me, it has to. Now that I think about it, I thought it was tough, but it has to have been Last Jedi, because I saw that in 2017. So
Last Jedi is good. Last Jedi is good.
you haven't seen it.
I think no, I'm just saying that's a good pick.
Oh, okay.
Like your movie. I'm gonna have to go with SZA's album
That's real. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
because I did not like SZA before that album.
Right,
And
right.
I understand but the first album, and it was blah blah blah. You gotta go whatever. It's fine. I listen to it.
Her
I'm a
first album is
consumer.
amazing.
I'm a consumer of music. I listen to music. I give her the props that she had a good first album. I personally didn't like it. This second album has literally just spoken to me, and I've said this before in the podcast. I listen to it probably once a day, and I have since about July.
What
So-
was in 2017, according to your Spotify, what was your most listened to song
So
last year?
let's go ahead and talk about that BS right now. So
Wait, just tell people what the song was.
no.
Just tell people what the song. What was your most listened to song?
No, because that
2017. What was it?
So technically, my most listened to song was "Blim" by Drake. Can we talk about this?
What is it? Potential spam.
Potential spam.
She just got a call from potential spam.
We're not going to answer the spam phone call on the podcast.
Hello? Spam.
Hi, this is Julia with the ADT Honeywell Special Promotion Department.
Yo, you trash, Julia. We doing podcast. See you
Bye,
later.
Julia.
So most listened to song 2017. A Unruly.
Turn that off. So let me go ahead and tell you why that's the most played song.
It was Blim.
Gilbert steals my Spotify, and he literally, that song came out, he dropped that album, and Gilbert listened to Blim 24/7 for a solid 2 months. Then Gilbert went on vacation and only listened to Blim on repeat for a solid, how long were you, wherever you were?
We were gone. We were in St. Lucia for 4 days.
4 days?
And I had Blim playing.
To the point where he would send
Every
me
day.
Snapchats, and I would think it was from the same day because the same song was playing. But no, that was just the only thing he listened to. Ugh.
So before we get into our top 5,
Okay.
We're gonna do this is ad hoc because we miss you guys. We're gonna give you guys
Extra content.
Check this out. 2017.
Yes.
Lindsay. It's off the cuff. I'm not gonna hold you to it later.
Okay.
You already said SZA.
Okay.
So that's one. That's your number one. What was your top 5 albums of last year?
Okay. So I've got a new one.
Not saying that that's the best, but just that you enjoyed.
Nice. Well, so quickly, so SZA Control, then Paramore After Laughter, because I love Paramore.
Did that come out in 2017?
That was 2017 at the beginning, boo.
Bruh.
And I'm trying to check when Bruno's dropped, because Bruno's was hot fire.
You keep going. I'll look it up.
But let me think. There's one that came in late for me that I need to mention that I haven't mentioned before. So there is a rapper that I have always hated
Oh, bro.
named Tyler, the Creator.
Our list is just always the same.
And I never liked him. I thought that he was just saying things just for shock value and doing the most, even though like going after the fact, like I know that he does make good points and he does have some thought-provoking bars, but I just was not there for him at all until NPR coming to the rescue. So if y'all don't know, I don't know if we mentioned it on here before, but NPR has a series on YouTube called Tiny Desk Concerts where they invite artists to come in to play stripped down versions of their songs, and it ranges like the level of notoriety with these artists. So it'll be people that are completely like off the charts that you've never heard before to like superstars. Like Paramore was on there, Jadena was on there, Tyler was on there. I think it grew in popularity in like 2011, and that was the first one I saw because T-Pain went on there, and people didn't know that T-Pain could actually sing, and T-Pain sang like "Buy You a Drink" and all this stuff with no auto-tune. It was beautiful. Main point is Tyler, the Creator, did a Tiny Desk, which as soon as you finish this podcast, stop and get right on YouTube and look it up. It was the most phenomenal thing I have ever seen. And that Tiny Desk made me go listen to his new album called Flower Boy. And Flower Boy is just flower delicious. I love every single part of it. You just went to my flower delicious. I love every single part of it. Tyler, but I also think he's grown and matured so much, and you can tell in his music. And Pharrell's his mentor, right? Or something like that. Like Pharrell like helps him out with music. It is phenomenal. And there are songs on there that I bang on a consistent basis. Go ahead, Tyler. He's apparently going to be in Dallas on like February 6th, and I will be there to see you. You want to go?
No.
No? Well, I'll be there. But Tyler, the Creator, Flower Boy is definitely on my list. I don't know why I went on a rant about that, but I like Tyler, the Creator now. Just for that album. What else came out in 2017?
Bruno Mars came out in 2016.
Dang. Well, you just missed it, Bruno. You just missed it.
All right, so here, check out my list. My list is it's interesting because don't hold us to this. This is off the cuff. We're gonna get into the real top 5 in a second, but 2017, 5 albums that I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed Rhapsody, Layla's Wisdom. I thought that was a fantastic album.
Oh my gosh.
Of course, you know, I'm a rap head, so Damn is on my list. Damn, I really, really enjoyed Damn, both frontwards and backwards. More Life, I think is such a slept-on album. Teenage Fever, the song with the J-Lo.
You already know I love all Drake.
Glycaster, however you say that. Blim, Passion Fruit. I don't like that song. I don't like anything that has to do with the Migos. But More Life is a slept-on album, I think. So that was in my list.
Oh my God, Daniel Caesar.
We got you. And then Division, The Morning After, is on my list because I love them. And then also Flower Boy by Tyler, the Creator. That album, if you have time, listen to Tyler, the Creator's album, but then listen to it again. You gotta listen to it twice. No, I'm serious. Listen to it twice. Just live with it for a little bit. Sonically, that album is immaculate.
So no love to Jay?
Damn.
444 dropped last year.
444 came out.
There was so much music that dropped last year.
If we're talking, maybe if we're talking specifically rap, but I have to have Division on my list because of how much I listen to it.
Yeah, I know. My Spotify told me.
And I like Damn and More Life better than 444. So,
Fair. There was a lot of 2017 was a good year for music.
2017 was an amazing year for music.
It was really good. You know who released literally 50 songs and I heard not one of them? Chris Brown.
Bruh.
Chris Brown dropped.
And here's what's
60 songs.
Here's what's messed up about it. They're good.
Like,
but I get podcast listeners, here's what you gotta know about me. I have a rule that if I'm going to listen to an album and evaluate it critically, I have to listen to the entire album in its entirety before I ever speak on it.
So you listened to the entirety of Chris Brown's
I
album?
haven't,
Okay.
and that's why you haven't heard me talk about it, because Chris Brown, he released 42 songs, that's 4 albums of content.
Yeah.
So it's like I listened to the first 15 songs, and it's like I literally just can't listen to 40 songs in one setting.
Yeah.
So it's like I have to adjust the way that I listen to music to listen to the Chris Brown album, and I haven't finished it yet.
Yeah.
But it's like the 15 songs that I heard were dope.
I've heard the singles and I think another song on there. It's like it's Chris Brown doing Chris Brown. I just don't have time for 42 songs worth of Chris Brown.
I feel that.
I just don't. You listen to Satan's new album?
Excuse me?
Satan.
Satan?
Yes, she released last year.
Satan?
Oh, what's her name? Miss Swift?
You're an idiot.
It
It's like, what are you talking about?
was Satan.
Yes, I did listen to Taylor Swift's album.
What'd you think?
Taylor Swift is doing... I'm noticing this with a lot of the pop stars, and this might just be because rap is ruling the world right now if you look at Billboard charts, but she's very rappy on the
Okay.
album. Like, there's a lot of hip-hop elements in the album blended with the pop. Like, she's not rapping, but
Yeah, but it's
like some of the cadences and
yeah.
stuff are rappy. Taylor Swift is a really good writer. Mm-hmm. So it's
Not
like,
knocking her for that at all.
yeah, when I only listened to it twice. I'm never gonna go back to it. I listened to it twice just for consumption's sake. It's a decent album. Like I've had no desire to go back and listen to it, so it obviously wasn't stellar, but I mean it was okay. I didn't listen to it and say, "Oh, this is trash," but I didn't come on the podcast and say you need to listen to it. So.
Yeah.
And anything else for 2017?
Her.
Oh, her Volume 1 and 2. That should be. Man, it was a great year for music.
R&B specifically. Y'all was out here rocking and rolling.
It was, man. Apparently, Tank's album was amazing.
I never really messed with Tank like that.
Yeah. Hey, so we're gonna get into top 5.
Okay.
But before we do our top 5,
Okay.
you guys should go Google Gabrielle Union's new book.
Or you cannot.
She has a quote from the book.
You're not gonna read the quote.
Okay, Lindsay looks really concerned. I'm not gonna read the quote, but you should go look up Gabrielle Union quote, and when you see the quote, you'll know
Shoot
what I was
us.
talking about.
Shoot us a tweet once you see the quote.
That's right.
And
All
don't put anything in the tweet. Just have it be
The quote.
a GIF that represents your reaction, and we'll know.
All right. So 2018. 2017 is done. 2018.
Top five.
Lindsay.
Top five. Top five.
Top five. Top five. Top five. Top five. Top five.
Top 5 entertainment things we are looking forward to in the new year. New year. So when you say entertainment things, how are you defining that?
Music, TV, and movies.
Cute. Okay, cool. We're on the same page.
All right, so my honorable mentions, because you know I always have honorable mentions. My honorable mentions are a new Ray Shrimmer CD.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to that.
Turn up
And,
music.
The new, look, I already know Lindsay forgot this one, right? New season of Westworld's coming out this year.
Shoot.
That's my honorable
My
mention.
gosh. And I swear, I thought about it the other day because we're reading Romeo and Juliet in my class. And I read These Violent Delights Have Violent Ends.
Yeah.
And I thought about it.
Do you have a honorable mention?
I do. So the first one is the final season of New Girl.
New Girl is so funny.
Which I realized last night that I actually hadn't started watching the new season, but I don't remember any of it. But New Girl, I'm so ready for it. And then another one, which Gilbert may or may not have on his list, but he probably cares a little bit more than I do. I'm interested in seeing this Han Solo movie,
Cool.
so I'm excited about that. But yeah, that's my stuff.
I haven't said this in a long time about one of my lists. I don't like this list, but I think it's pretty accurate.
That you made?
Yeah. I think it's pretty accurate, though. So what's my number 5. You ready?
Okay.
My number 5 thing that I am looking forward to in 2018 is every single thing that Cardi B does. That's my number 5.
Anything that
I'm
she
looking
does.
forward to Cardi B in 2018.
You're just there for
That's
it.
all I got for you.
That's it.
Cardi B.
Just Cardi.
That's my number 5. Album, singles, Instagram rants, tweets, interviews, Saturday Night Live appearances.
Anything.
I'm there for it. Tattoos on Offset. There for it.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. Okay, my five, which is kind of similar, but not at all, is anything, everything, all the things that Beyonce will do this year.
Everything.
Everything. So one, Beyonce had them babies last year, which probably should have been in my top 5 for 2017. But Beyonce had them babies last year, so I'm looking forward to finally seeing some non-grainy, taken from 3 miles away pictures of her beautiful twins. But also, Beyonce is headlining Coachella because she was supposed to last year and got pregnant. So Coachella's in April, I believe, which I would like to go to at some point in my life, but I may be past that point of going to like festivals, like camping out and stuff. But I hope that she releases some sort of new content before then. And that makes me excited that she's going to do that, if she does, because I think that Beyonce will. And they're going to like live stream it anyway to watch that and see what she does. I'm there for it. So I think within the next 4 months, Beyonce is going to drop something. Not an album, but like a song or something. And I'm there for it. So my 5 is anything that she's going to be doing this year.
And we know they have content. I don't know if you've been paying attention to the Jay-Z interviews, but he was saying that they were like Lemonade was originally supposed to be a joint album. Like that's where his 444 came from. And then he hinted that they had another project coming together. Yeah. So I think she does have something coming this year.
And I'm ready for it, B.
And they usually alternate years. Like since they've been married, Beyonce will drop something the year and then
he'll go
either at the end of that year or the next year. So that's fair.
I'm here, B. I'm ready.
Rihanna should be in my honorable mention.
My gosh.
She's got an album coming this year, and I'm looking forward to that.
Put that on mine, too.
My number 4 is a new Drake album. And I came out with this before the EP drop. The EP dropping just solidifies that he's definitely coming with an album. He didn't drop anything. This was his first drop since More Life. Like, he was quiet for an entire year almost. So, I mean, he was on tour, so, I mean, I guess that makes sense. But I've seen pictures of him in the studio.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for a new Drake album. Let's see what we can get there. What's your number 4?
To add to my honorable mention, because you just reminded me, anything that if Chance decides to do anything, I'm there for it. Because I like Chance the Rapper. All right, so my number 4 is kind of cheating, but not really. But my number 4 is anything that is a sequel. There are a lot of sequels and continuations of series and things that are coming out, and I'm there for it. So Deadpool 2 is coming out, which I'm excited for. The Incredibles 2 is coming out, which I was super late to The Incredibles. I watched it 2 years ago late. But it was cute. Ant-Man, which a lot of people didn't like. I liked Ant-Man.
Who didn't like Ant-Man?
A lot of people didn't like Ant-Man.
Lies.
No, truths. A lot of people hated Ant-Man. Truths. So I'm excited for that. The Purge, which, my gosh, what are you even doing? But they're doing The Purge, The Island, and I don't even know what that means, but I'll be there for that. And the last one, which I don't know if Gilbert forgot about or it may be on his list, but season 2 of Atlanta is coming out very, very soon. And I'm excited for that. So
I did forget about Atlanta.
And that's in like March. So be ready. So anything that's a sequel is coming out, a continuation of series, I think it's going to be a good year for that.
Bet. I like
Boom.
that.
All right. What's your 3?
My number 3 is the new Han Solo movie. If you guys can't see me, but I'm actually wearing a Star Wars hoodie. Right now. I love Star Wars, so I'm excited about the Han Solo movie. Donald Glover is in the Han Solo movie. I won't go on a Star Wars rant here. I'm not particularly happy that they chose Han Solo to do an anthology movie about, because I think anthology movies should be to answer questions that we have. And I don't feel like anybody's ever been like, what was Han Solo doing the 10 years before Star Wars? Like, nobody cares. But it's Star Wars. Donald Glover is in it. Millennium Falcon will be in it. So I'm going to watch it.
There it is.
I'll be there.
I support you, Donald, and everything that you do. All right, so my number 3 is coming up very, 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 very quickly, so I won't have to wait very long. But Justin Timberlake is dropping an album on February 2nd. So he has already released 2 singles at this point. So he dropped Filthy and he dropped Supplies 2 days ago. Have you listened to him?
Yep. Well, no, I haven't listened to Supplies yet.
So Filthy he dropped,
I listen to Filthy.
and I love Filthy. You got to listen to Filthy with good headphones that can handle bass, but Filthy goes hard. And I like Supplies, and a lot of people are hating on Supplies. Apparently his video for it was really weird. I like Supplies, but you can tell that Justin is kind of like trying to fit into this, like the new sound was going on, which I'm not mad at because he does it well. And everything doesn't have to be super meaningful, and like lyrics have to be super deep. Like he can just make a banger just cause it's Justin. I think he's earned that respect. So I'm there for Supplies. It's been on repeat for the last 2 days. Also, so he's dropping his album on the 2nd because the Super Bowl was on like what, the 6th? I don't know. And he's performing the halftime show at the Super Bowl. So I'm there for that, there for the album, and he's going on tour. And I saw him when he went on his 2020 Experience tour. I'm pretty sure I'm going to go see him because Justin is my favorite of all time.
I can dig it.
So Justin Timberlake's my number 3.
My number 2 is the Black Panther movie coming out.
Well, let me just go ahead and say that number 2 is also Black Panther for me. So let's just joint talk about it.
All right.
we already just kind of mentioned it, but super excited.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. Again, I don't like the fact that we're focusing on the fact that it's a black movie. It's also a Marvel movie, and I think that moving ourselves forward as a culture is when we can have a movie that has an all-black cast and it's just considered a movie. Fair. Right? But I'm really excited about this movie from the perspective of I like the fact that we're going to see a lot of dark skin in a Marvel movie. I think that that's great for representation.
Brown skin.
You know what? But I'm also just excited for it because I love the Marvel universe.
Fair. I think it looks super pretty.
Really good.
It looks super pretty, and I'm there for it. And I appreciate the fact that they pushed back the release date to make sure that they had everything right. And I'm hoping that it is right.
Girl, they pushed back their release date so it can be
in Black History Month.
What's your number 1?
No, you go.
Oh, my number 1? Mm-hmm. I don't like this list. I may have to revisit it, or I'll just continue telling you guys what I'm excited for. But my number 1 is also a Marvel movie. It is Infinity War, which is coming out. This movie is like the culmination of all of the 15 movies that have come before it. Like all of the movies, for the most part, have tied into this whole thing with Thanos getting the Infinity Stones, etc. Like that has been the connecting plot for all of the Marvel movies. So this is like the resolution of that. Captain America has a beard in it. So
just there for it.
Like Spider-Man is back in the fold. Like what else could I want? This is like.
How do you think they're gonna handle having all of those like personalities?
I mean, they did it for Civil War, so
okay, fair.
And so hopefully we'll be able to do it again, baby. But the Black Panther movie should tie into this movie, so that'll be kind of cool to see. So
it does.
Yeah, that's my number 1.
All right, so my number 1 is way more impassioned than that. No offense to you, but this is something that I have been waiting for since I was 9 years old, and I've been sitting patiently waiting since the second one of these dropped when I was like 12. But here we are, more than a decade later, and finally, supposedly, in the year 2018, the 3rd installment of the Kingdom Hearts series is supposed to be dropping. And I am here, and I am ready. So apparently something leaked like yesterday about like the music or something for the game. I don't care. I'm ready. Kingdom Hearts 3 is supposed to be dropping. I've never seen Big Hero 6, and that's supposed to be one of the worlds in there. And there's another world that I need to like watch that movie so that I understand it. But if you've never played Kingdom Hearts, I don't know what it is that you are doing with your life. But you need to go ahead and get on it. But there isn't a video game that I care about more than Kingdom Hearts. The people that know me know that. Like I play through it every single summer, and I have since I was 9. I love that game. It's the best game ever, and I'm excited because they're releasing it for Xbox One, so I won't have to go buy a PlayStation for it. But even if they didn't, I would go. It's that serious that I would go buy a new PlayStation just to play this one game. And if depending on when they drop it, if you think that I'm going to work on the day that they drop that game, you are mistaken. I will take off. I don't care when it is. I don't care what's happening that day. I will devote that entire week to weekend on Kingdom Hearts 3. So I couldn't be more excited for anything than that game.
I can dig it.
Woo!
I can dig it. Other games coming out. Red Dead Redemption.
Red Dead Redemption 2. That looks.
There's a game called Anthem coming out. That's probably gonna be pretty dope. But anyway, that's our top 5 things that we're looking forward to in 2018. We really appreciate you guys being with us for the podcast. When we started it last year, we re-upped our contract for another 5 episodes. So hopefully you'll get at least 5 more. We try to release in every fortnight, so every other week.
Yep.
So hopefully we'll be back in about 2 weeks. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter.
We got a Facebook coming for y'all soon.
The EBS Podcast, that's right. We do have a Facebook coming soon. The best thing that you can do is subscribe to the podcast, man. Just so, again, life happens. We try to stay on a regular schedule, but life happens. The best way to stay in tune with the podcast and get the content when it drops is just to subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. It'll come directly to your phone, send you a notification. So do that. If you really like the podcast, man, go review it on whatever platform you listen to it on, or just share it with somebody.
Tell a friend.
Above all else, like, just reach out and let us know it's love, man. If you like the podcast, like the podcast. But anything else before we close? I'm gonna go talk to Lindsay about this podcast beef. I don't even know them. So I don't understand how could we.
I know them, and there's beef with some things that you've said.
I've only said good things. Okay,
we'll talk. We'll talk off air.
That's fine.
Show notes.
Shout out to Tandem Camden. Love you guys. You guys have a great podcast. I like video games. That wasn't shade. I'm being so serious.
Whatever.
But that's it. That's all we got.
Hey. EBS in his mug. Said EBS in his mug. Hey, we feeling good.
We appreciate you guys, man.
New year, new us.
2018.
About to catch a bus.
Welcome.
Hey. I can't. I forgot she says squirrel every 5 seconds.